there's a thing I've been thinking about. So on Switch 2 you can have cartridges that have the whole game, just like with Switch 1. This is a Switch 1 game, as you can see. But they also introduced so-called game key cards, and these are cartridges that don't have any game on it. In fact, they're very light, and they don't rattle as much as the real cartridge, probably because it has like a small IC that basically has only a code that activates and downloads the game. So the question I have is, would those game key cards work on a console from different region? Basically, if you're not aware, Switch actually has no region locking, so that means that you can, for example, put this Japanese release of Bayonetta into the console, and as you can see, even though it's a Japanese region game, it's in Russian, because I actually set my system to Russian just to prove a point that many of the Japanese games have all the locales that you'd expect. So you can choose the subtitle language from many different languages, but that's not the point. That unfortunately is not universal. For example, I have Blue Reflection, Second Light. This is a Japanese release, this is a European release. And if we put the Japanese release into the console, you can see that let's just launch it without... Oh, it doesn't even update. Yeah, I forgot that sometimes you need to download more data for compatibility with Switch 2, so I guess we'll have to wait a bit.
A few moments later.
Alright, it's done. Let's just open it. And as you can see, the warning is in Japanese, and everything is in Japanese because this game is Japanese and was meant to be sold only in Japanese region. Yeah. So as you can see, the names are in Japanese, and if you put a European version, you can see that it identifies it as a different game, because it is. So yeah, you can already see that the logos are in English. This autosave thing is also in English, and if we get to the menu and click old game, you can see that the character names are in English too. So now the question is, what will happen if we put this Japanese game keycard into the European console? And yeah, the game keycard, you can identify it by looking here. It has a key here instead of well, nothing, I assume, because I don't have any physical games for the Switch 2 for now. Right, so it says that we need to download the data because it's a game keycard. As expected, let's do that. Oh, and it started loading, and yeah, it will take 6 hours. I will put it in the dock just to make it go a bit faster, because as you can see, my Wi-Fi is not great, at least on the Switch 2. It actually works fine on my laptop, but yep. Anyways, be right back.
One eternity later.
Alright, so the game has finished downloading. I already expect it to be in English, because the title is in English, and the cover art seems to be not the Japanese one. So let's see. Oh, you can actually select the language. Right, English. Yep. Well, I'm not gonna open the game, but yep, everything is in English. So, even though I don't like those game keycards, because it's kind of stupid, It's cool to know that even though they're from different region, you don't need an account of the region you bought the game from, and it will work just fine. And as you saw, the game itself was also in English. Now, I expect it to work the same way as with physical games on the Switch 1. So, for example, this specific game, it does support English, but probably not all of them. I didn't buy any more game keycards because, again, I think it's not a good idea. And also, I bought specifically this one because it was like $10, so it's very cheap. And yeah, I don't want to spend more money on them. But yeah, that's basically it. Thank you for coming, and have a good day. Actually, as a bonus, I wanted to insert the game keycard for into the Switch 1 because actually they're not different in any way, unlike, for example, the Nintendo DS and the 3DS cards. Let's see. Well, that's anticlimactic. Let's try it again. Yeah, so it just shows a message that this card cannot be read, basically, and yep, it won't show anything else, which makes sense, but still kind of interesting.